Hi everybody. I'm going to do a short lesson with you today. Driving some country roads here on the way to work. And people ask me all the time when they come to our retreat, or if I'm working with them on private instruction, they'll say, I don't know why I get high. I don't know why I get drunk. I don't know why I go on these binges. And when they say this, they are genuinely telling the truth. They really don't know. And one of the reasons that they don't know is because the reasons for getting drunk and high are not acceptable to society and the people around them. Because people who don't get drunk and high at a high level or have heavy use in their life can't understand the allure of that process of getting drunk and high. They don't understand why people would like that. Because most people don't like heavy use. I mean, it's just not something that interests them. So because of that, they don't agree with the activity. And so the person that gets drunk and high and goes on binges and just slowly destroys their life, they learn pretty quick not to talk about or even admit to themselves that they really enjoy it. They can't say that out loud, especially to the people they're hurting, as a direct or indirect result of their getting wasted. So one of the things that we do is, first I have to help a person do two things. One is get rid of shame and guilt about their use, because we have to look at it as objectively as possible. And in order to really understand why somebody gets drunk and high, or why they binge, or why they disappear for 5 days in a hotel room and get drunk, we have to look at the benefits. What are the reasons? What's the reasoning behind this? Because humans get drunk and high based on benefits, based on perceived benefits. And now, those benefits are listed in chapter 4 and described, those benefits or reasons. And when people read it, they're absolutely excited because we're talking their language. There's no judgment, and they get to see why they're doing what they're doing. I usually do chapter 4 as one of the very first chapters. I might have the person list out all the reasons and benefits they think they're getting from drinking. That initial list becomes a great set of talking points for us to work off of as a student-instructor relationship. And it also gets rid of the guilt, because now we're talking about reality. And the reality is they like it. They may not like the consequences, the costs, or the trade-offs, but they certainly like the high on the front end. And when somebody can just look at another human being and say, yeah, I do. I really do like it. Then what happens is we can start having a conversation and really get down to whether they want to change that. And that's exciting to people. So I think what's important here is to understand that when people drink and drug heavy, they become confused about why they're doing what they're doing. They feel mystified. They feel confused. They feel frustrated. And sometimes they even feel hopeless. I know what that's like. I lived through that. And you don't have to, because you're making choices. You don't have a disease. You're not broken. You're not incurable. None of that is true. You have personal, autonomous reasons for why you like to get drunk and high, and are high. And those reasons are reasonable if they're true. Now, we'll challenge some of those reasons. Some of it's myth that we tell ourselves. A lot of it is actually an illusion. We're not getting the benefits we think we're getting from drinking and drugging. And that becomes clear pretty quickly. And when you devalue that experience of getting drunk and high with the truth, you basically take the drug or the bottle off the pedestal and you put it where it belongs, at a lower level. And it becomes less important, and the truth sets you free. Then you can make a decision on whether you want to continue with the charade or not. And equally important is the fact that people usually focus on the consequences, and they feel bad about the consequences, and they learn not to talk about why they like it so much because the people around them are paying the price along with that person. And so they learn not to talk about why they like it, because it would be mean, to say that I like getting drunk and I'm sorry you're all paying the price for my habit. So we learn to avoid talking about the benefits of what we're getting out of the experience. We learn to say that we hate it when in reality we don't, or we wouldn't do it. And we learn to feel guilty about it, which then becomes focused upon and turns into shame, which makes it even more mystifying, because now we're concentrating on shame instead of the actual objective reasons why we like getting drunk and high. So we got to get right down to the truth. And so that's what the first few classes are all about, is building rapport between myself and my student, and making sure that there's a trust there, and that I don't judge them harshly about any of it, that I've lived it myself and I understand it, and then that they can openly talk about the benefits they think they're getting from it, and then we can challenge those benefits and make the experience less wonderful, I guess, less valuable to the person. And wow, the road I'm on just turned into a dirt road. I don't even know where I am. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I think I'm going onto somebody's farm here. So yeah, you can get over this problem. You can not feel guilty about the choices you're making, because you can fix them, and you can move on from this. But the first thing you have to do is identify why you actually like doing it. So if you have the Freedom Model, our book, why don't you get read it, get it, and then read chapter 4, and that'll explain all the various reasons why people like to get drunk and high. There might be some others that you might come up with, but we've covered a lot of it. And then we can go from there. And if you need more help, don't hesitate to give us a call at 888-424-2626. That's 888-424-2626. Or you can also get more information at thefreedommodel.org. Or if you want to learn about our retreat and maybe get away for a little while and learn the Freedom Model from myself, Stephen Slate, or Michelle, the co-authors of the book, you can go to soberforever.net. So both of those websites will give you the information you need. But it's important for you to know that you can get over this and move on with your life. All right. I hope you have a good day. Take care.